Calman is the de facto tool for color accuracy. It's used to create calibrations, used to validate those calibrations, and used to create reports. It is used in multiple industries: Hollywood, post-production houses, home theater installers, digital signage, video walls.
So from a historical standpoint, Calman started as essentially an enthusiast type of product. Our focus there was making sure that we had a great tool for people who are setting up their home theaters. They were trying to DIY, develop the best picture, best sound, best film that they could for their home theater viewing. And it started as essentially a calculator tool. When it comes down to it, it's a bunch of math, and what we needed was a good calculator.
At its base, Calman takes measurements of the display. You plug in a colorimeter, which is a device that just measures the color coming off of a screen. And you plug that into Calman, and it talks to the software. And you also have a pattern generator, which puts up those color patches. You basically measure the color patch, measure exactly how it displays as is in the TV's native state. And then you also have sort of a reference of what that patch should be, what the measurement should be.
When we talk about calibration, the biggest part of that is learning about the display and understanding how a display behaves. If we can understand exactly how a display produces color, we then can know how to manipulate the controls on that display to produce a particular color that we want. And then knowing what controls are available on the display and what tools we can use, we can develop a calibration that modifies the display to produce the particular colors that we want.
We're all over through Hollywood. If you're in the Hollywood studio, there's going to be Calman on set. We do some custom work also with studios at this point, where we're helping develop better and more improved calibration processes for them so that they can standardize internally on their calibration.
Portrait these days is working with most of the major film studios. So it's either Lucasfilm, Disney, Netflix, right? So we work with most of the production studios, with a lot of finishing houses or post-production facilities, as well as a lot of broadcast facilities, be it the BBC or be it the public broadcasters in Germany or in Italy, and also even deeper down into the freelance areas where you have freelance colorists, freelance editors, and freelance photographers, for example, working with the tools to get the color right.
Within a Hollywood workflow, color accuracy is really important because people like colorists need to know that the display that they're looking at isn't going to change the colors in the wrong way. If you're trying to do like colorist work and the physical monitor that you're using is showing the wrong colors, then you can't accurately do this. You know, people trust Calman to be able to provide tools to properly calibrate and guarantee that what they're looking at is correct.
Very often we now also work with game studios like Sony Interactive or Electronic Arts. So to make sure that your game looks right at home, we also going to make sure that more and more televisions can be calibrated in game mode to give you the best possible gameplay experience.
We are constantly working with display manufacturers to make sure that when they release a television set or a display, there is Calman support ready for it, so that as customers are purchasing their product, they also have a software solution to be able to calibrate that product once they receive it. Display reviewers online use Calman because of its easy way to report information. So if you ever go to a website that does display reviews on the latest and greatest that's coming out, you will usually see Calman screenshots because we provide that information in an easy to use interface. It's easy to understand, and it's a one-fits-all solution that anyone can use. So whether you are a display manufacturer who needs to take measurements of your display, if you are a consumer or a customer who's needing to calibrate their display or ensure that it's behaving properly, or if you're a reviewer who's getting a display and wanting to provide information to the public, Calman's a one-fit-all solution for all of those different needs.
So Portrait Display's Calman calibration solution is delivering a true lens to living room experience. The same software that's used in the studios to produce professional content, the great movies, the great stories, the great TV shows, is also used, on the other hand, by retailers across the world to provide calibration as a service, meaning that the TVs that are sold to the consumers are professionally calibrated to a point that it's looking almost exactly as the reference monitor on which the content once was produced. This is a true lens to living room experience, and Portrait is playing a significant role in every step of the life cycle of content to make sure it shows up correctly wherever it shows up.